Warning, the following video has not been approved by the Comic Code Authority and is intended for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Comic Assassin. Today is day 2 of June, and like I said, I'm going to try to do a video every single day this month. Today, I'm just going to be showing off what books I picked up on New Comic Book Day. So these are all new books, and I'm also going to be doing a bit of a comic book review. Now, the one I'm going to be doing a review on is a few weeks old, but it's a one-shot, and it had a little bit of a heavier price tag, so you might not have picked it up. But I thought it was a good read, and I wanted to share it with you. So what did I pick up this week? For the most part, I picked up everything on my list. I think there was maybe 1 or 2 books that my LCS didn't carry, but those are more of the real indie type books. So it's kind of hit or miss. Sometimes they have them, sometimes they don't. But overall, I was pleased with my pickups this week. So starting off, we have Amazing Spider-Man number 67. This is the start of The Chameleon Conspiracy. So looking forward to that. Not looking forward to these price tags though. I mean, Marvel, come on now, $4.99. I get it if it was like a number 1, but you got to stop at these $4.99 price tags. But we'll see. Hopefully it's a good read. Of course, been sticking with it. The Immortal Hulk number 47. It is nearing its end. Like always, digging these Alex Ross covers. So there we go. Those are my only 2 Marvel books. Now let's roll into DC. From DC, I only have 2 books. The first one is a DC horror book, and that is The Conjuring, The Lover. And if I'm not mistaken, there's several different authors on this book. So looking forward to that. It's got a little bit of hype behind it, so let's see. One that I'm really looking forward to, and that is Crush and Lobo number 1. If you've been, watching this channel for a long time, you know I like Crush. I've been on the Crush train ever since she came out. She's not everyone's favorite. Not a lot of people like her. I like Crush. You know I love Lobo. So let's see what happens. Apparently this has the first appearance of Crush's girlfriend. This is Pride Month, and there was another cover that had, I guess, Crush holding her girlfriend. But I had to have this one with Lobo on it. So there we go. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with that. And those are my DC books. Now I'm going on to some more of the independent. Coming up, this is another one that the name needs no introduction. From James Tynion, The Nice House on the Lake. This comes to us from, this is a DC Black Label. So forgive me on that. We had one more DC book. This is a DC Black Label book. There's been a lot of talk about it, so I'm interested to read this one. And then we have from Boom Studios, this is a Cullen Bunn book, which we will be talking about here in a minute. Basilisk. This is cover B, if I'm not mistaken. And Cullen Bunn really has become one of my top writers in the industry today. Just the amount of work that he's put out, and it's stuff that entertains me. I think he's a very good storyteller from beginning, middle, and end. He's not for everybody, but I really, really enjoy his work. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with this book, Basilisk. And here's another one that I really like the cover. The quality of it is super nice. And it was really hard to get the first printing of, and that is You Promise Me Darkness. And so this is the second printing of issue number 1 from Behemoth. So, very smaller publisher, which, like I said, my LCS doesn't sometimes carry. And I was actually surprised. I was thinking, maybe second print they might get it, but, they did, and I'm glad. So there we go. And those are my new comic book pickups. All right, overall, I was pleased. It was a little bit of a lighter week, which is always nice. Allows me to help catch up in my reading. And with that being said, so last night, I've been trying to organize my comics, which is a constant battle. And I've had this huge book that's just sitting there. And I'm not a big fan of these huge books because you need to get a magazine box to hold them. You need to get a magazine bag and board for them. which I'm not going to buy a whole package of just because I rarely get them. But it was another Cullen Bunn book, and it was from Aftershock, which I've been digging Aftershock, and that is Eden. So let's do a little review of Eden. Now, from this point on, there will be spoilers. I will not spoil the finality of the book, because I do encourage you to, if you're intrigued by what I tell you, to go out and read it for yourself. Alright, but here is Eden by Cullen Bunn. The artist and also who does the cover art is Dalibor Talajic. I know I probably screwed up both the first and last name on that one. Alright, so basically it starts off in a tattoo parlor. Now I did get confused because I did not see this 8 weeks ago part in the the very first thing that came in the book. I missed. But I quickly went back and realized, okay, this is telling the story. So basically, we have this tattoo artist. His name is Niles. That's the main character. He's doing some ink. The guy loves it, and the rest of his tattoo artist people are sitting there. They're shooting the shit. They're just telling stories about basically they have this policy where they don't do people's names. And some guy got really mad that they wouldn't put someone's name on him, and he left, but he came back and thanked him, so thank God, it was the love of my life. But apparently she loved a lot of other people too, so thank you for not tattooing her name on me. But I found that funny because as they're telling the story, I mean, you can see that the tattoo artist has two names on him, right? Darla and Lucian. All right, but his name is Niles, so he's got two other people's names on him. So I thought, okay, that's kind of interesting. They're playing into the names. Basically, he gets a walk-in. Nice looking chick walks in, saying, "Sorry, I don't have an appointment, but do you have time?" He's like, "Yeah, I got time." And he asks her if she's ever had a tattoo before, and she's like, "Yeah, but he can't see any." And she says, "Yeah, I've had plenty. You just can't see them." And he goes, "Okay, what are you thinking of?" And she goes, I want a butterfly." And he's like, "Okay, what kind?" She's like, "You're the artist. Just I want something different, something unique. Just you do it." He's like, "Okay, let me start drawing something up and see if you like it." She's like, "No, just tattoo it on me. Like no rough drafts, no nothing. Just let your work be." So he tattoos this pretty awesome butterfly on her. Was it a butterfly or moth? Yeah, it is a butterfly, okay. This really, kind of unique butterfly design, and she's like, I love it. And they seem to be getting along, and she leaves, and then his co-workers are kind of like, "Oh man, like, why didn't you ask her out? And he's just like, "Yeah, whatever." He kind of blows it off, and goes to the bar, talks about his, he's in this monotony thing, he goes to work, goes to the bar, comes home, smokes him a little something. Repeat routine. And apparently it shows you what happened to Darla and Lucian, which I'm assuming was either his wife or girlfriend and his child. Something bad happened to them. They're no longer with us, right? But anyway, a couple weeks later, she shows back up. And she's like, "Yeah, I'm ready for another tattoo." And he's looking at the tattoo or looking for the butterfly. I'm like, "So where'd the butterfly go?" And she's like, "I can't tell you." So he did that one tattoo, it's gone. She's like, "Now I want a fox." Right? So he sits there. She starts getting undressed. She's showing off the fox, or where she wants the fox. He's doing the work. And he does a pretty good job. Right? She seems pleased, and then this time he actually has the cojones to ask her out. So they do go out for a drink. They do go back to his place. They do have relations. Right? And then several weeks, but after that there was no contact between them, whatnot. And they're like, you should have gave your number. What's going on? Like, this seems like y'all have chemistry. Like, why aren't y'all a thing? Anyway, several weeks later, she comes back in. and she wants another tattoo. And so this time, she wants a tiger, right? And she wants it in her thigh. So once again, he does another piece of work for her. But this time now he's intrigued. He's like, I know I'm doing these tattoos on her. She's coming back in. I'm not seeing any signs of scarring from removal or nothing. Like something weird is going on. So as she leaves, he follows her and she goes into the park. This is her going into the park. And lo and behold, some weird stuff is going on, right? So there's all these beings, and basically what he sees is basically she's giving birth to these tattoos. These things are coming alive into this world. Now, he doesn't know what's going on. He's like, his mind's blown, just like my mind's blown. Anyway, a few weeks later, comes back. He knows kind of what's going on. He doesn't know the why, the what, really the how. He just knows that something really weird's going on. She comes back in, and this time she says she wants an eagle. Anyway, she lays down. He's about to give her a tattoo. And with this, I'm going to say, if you're intrigued, go check it out yourself. All right? Let's put it this way. He does not give her an eagle tattoo, but he does give her a tattoo. What tattoo did he give her? What happens after that? And I will say, I read this and I was like, I want more. Like, there's so much like deep psychological stuff that you could say that what's going through Cullen Bunn's mind when he wrote this. It left me wanting more. And for that reason, I love it and hate it, right? I love it because from a reader point of view, that's what you want in a book. What you want to be able to want more of what they're given. But the fact that it's a one-shot makes me like, oh man, like really? Like I'm never gonna know. Like so it kind of leaves you in a spot where, use your imagination. The things end good, the things end bad. Who knows? But yeah, that is Eden. One shot. I definitely recommend it. So there you go, guys. It's been a while since I've done actually a comic book review for you. I know there's spoilers, but don't want to spoil everything. And with that being said, tomorrow, June 3rd, is actually my actual 2-year anniversary. And I got a banger book to show off to you guys. It's a first for me in several ways. It's a book that I spent some change on, and I'm excited to show it to you, and what better day to do it than on my actual 2-year anniversary. So with that being said, y'all, it is New Comic Book Day. Hope you got all the books that you wanted to pick up, and if not, if you haven't been to the store yet, go get it. Go get it. Happy hunting, and I'll see y'all soon. Peace.